You ever freeze solid just watching something unfold that you know is about to go sideways, but you're too stunned to move? That was me the first time I spotted 25 folks from the Ridgeview Heights HOA sprawled across my south pasture like they'd paid for a ticket to the county fair. Blankets, coolers, Bluetooth speakers thumping some pop nonsense. And right smack in the middle stood Brenda, HOA Queen Bee, waving a champagne flute at me with that plastic smile that could peel paint. Community gathering. Hank, don't be a grump, she hollers. And I'm standing there in my dusty boots thinking, lady, this ain't your cul-de-sac. This is 40 acres my granddad broke his back clearing with a borrowed dozer. And you just waltzed through my gate like it was an open house. My blood's simmering. One of their kids chucks a juice box into the water trough. And behind the east fence, 35 Hereford Angus bulls the size of pickup trucks shift their weight, snorting dust clouds that catch the noon light like smoke signals. And I swear I can feel the ground vibrate under my soles. They want a taste of country life. Fine. They're about to get the full 7-course meal. Name's Hank Grayson. 54. Widower. Last of the line, still working the double bar G outside the new Ridgeview development that popped up 5 years ago like dandelions after rain. Honey-colored houses. Matching mailboxes. SUVs doing the morning parade at 7:30 sharp. My place predates their welcome sign by 3 generations. But the day their curb kissed my north fence, the temperature changed. Neighbors waved or didn't. And one woman, Brenda, eyed my barn like it was a busted tooth in her perfect smile. Mid-40s. Spray tan glow. Nails sharp enough to sign legal documents. Voice that carries farther than church bells on Sunday. First words out of her mouth. Leaning over my fence. You ever think about joining the association? Hank, we could spruce this place up. Maybe lose the rust appeal. I told her I liked my rust just fine. Thanks. That was the starter pistol. 3 years of slow burn followed. Code enforcement tickets for barn lights during calving season. Noise complaints about my tractor at 6 a.m. Come hay cutting. A passive-aggressive note taped to my mailbox asking me to relocate my 72 Chevy because it impacted curb appeal. I filed every scrap in the trash and kept on. But Brenda found new angles. HOA kids on a nature hike, leaving my south gate flapping open. I caught it before the bulls did. Swapped every latch for boat anchor chain and padlocks thick as my wrist. Slapped up signs big enough to read from the moon. Private property livestock area enter at own risk. Brenda called them hostile. I said that was the point. Then the Facebook group lit up. My buddy Luis, who rents the corner lot, sent screenshots. Family meadow day this Sunday. Bring blankets and rows. Scenic barn views. Another post. Finally using that open space. Perfect for photos. And Brenda's comment. All arranged. No worries. Arranged with who? Exactly. I walked every inch of fence that Friday. Same as always. Boots telling me where the ground softens by the creek. Where turkeys wallow under the pecans. Checked every staple. Every post. Tugged the gates. Thanked yesterday's self for the heavy chain. Bulls were in the west pasture that day. Chewing slow. Flicking tails like leather belts. City folks say bulls are unpredictable. Nah. They're accountants with horns. You mess the books. They balance them quick. Saturday, I rolled into town for mineral blocks. Clerk at the feed store. Maya. Nose ring and boots older than her. Asks. You see the HOA planning a shindig on your dirt? I grunt. Cameras. She says. I nod. Good. People behave better. Or worse. Either way, you got proof. On the way home, I passed their clubhouse. Brenda directing traffic with folding tables. Banner in bubbly font. Meadow Community Picnic. And the word meadow sticks in my craw. Meadow is what you call it when you never paid the diesel bill. I spent the afternoon sweeping the barn aisle. Not for company, but because order steadies the pulse. Stacked square bales. Greased hinges. Set out extra salt. Checked waterers. Tightened bolts till dusk, folded the fields soft. Ate chili from the same pot my mom used. Black coffee. Then laid my options on the kitchen table like socket wrenches. Call the sheriff. Old buddy. He'd shoo them off today, but they'd be back next week in Boulder. Sue for trespass and nuisance. Lawyer mountain high enough to block their son, but slow. Or teach. Not with fists. With gravity. Let the land speak for itself. Keep it legal. Keep it safe. Make it unforgettable. Slept light. Up at 4:30. Coffee. Porch airtight with coming heat. Mockingbird stealing somebody else's song. Walked the fence again. Wiped fresh sneaker prints from the mud by the south gate. Scouted. Of course they had. Sunrise, I call Luis. Move the boys to the east pasture. He whistles low. Today? Today? By 8 the herd shoulder to shoulder behind the east rail, like linemen waiting for the snap. Curious. Not agitated. 35 sets of eyes tracking the horizon. I double-check interior gates. Leave the north entry chained, but the padlock in my pocket. Swing room for emergency. Not a trap. A lesson with an escape hatch. Mount 2 trail cams. One in the pecan. One in the hay shed. Overlapping angles. No he said, she said. 10 o'clock the music starts. Faint pop bass. Laughter. SUVs lining the cul-de-sac. Luis texts. Bubble machine and a DJ. Swear to God. I type back. Figures. I change shirts. White boot dust. Lean on the porch post like I'm waiting for rain. First Mercedes noses up. Then another. Brenda steps out last. White sundress. Floppy hat. Clipboard. Megaphone. Of course a megaphone. Throws a pageant smile across my pasture. Welcome to our community meadow. Applause. Kids tumble. Blankets bloom. Man in salmon polo wrestles a pop-up tent. Court pops. Someone squeals about rustic charm. Cameras click. Behind the fence 35 bulls raise their heads as one. I whisper to nobody. Hold the line. Boys. Noon sun's a branding iron. Heat ripples off the dirt. Smell of grill smoke and perfume drifting like bad news. From the porch I watch Brenda turn my pasture into a lifestyle shoot. 25. Maybe 30 people. White tent. Gold streamers. Kids waving ribbons. Taylor Swift on blast. I walk the long way calm. Boots deliberate. Bulls track me. A few snort at the noise. Close enough I call. Afternoon. Folks. Mind telling me what you're doing on my grass? Brenda spins. Smile dialed to stun. Oh Hank. Just soaking up sunshine. Community Spirit Day. Didn't you get the invite? Invite. I say. You mean the Facebook post claiming my pasture? She sips rose like I'm background noise. Technically, it borders Ridgeview. Open space. We figured you wouldn't mind. It's fenced. I answer. Padlock you cut. A couple folks freeze mid-bite. Nervous laughs. Salmon polo mutters. Come on. Buddy. It's a picnic. I step closer. On private land. That's trespassing. Brenda rolls eyes. Oh please. No harm done. We're elevating your rural charm. You should thank us. I feel my hand twitch but keep it pocketed. Pull my phone. Start recording. Just so we're clear. No permission. Brenda smirks at the lens. Film away. Cowboy. Public land. I smile slow. Check your maps. Sweetheart. That's when a kid bolts through the creek. Red balloon bobbing. Adults yell too late. Bulls exhale heavy. Ears twitch. I know that sound. Low rumble. Not angry yet. Aware. Brenda. I say even. You're upsetting my livestock. Pack it up. She waves it off. They're fine. Look. Just standing there. Harmless. And the fence. Right. I say quiet. For now. Turn and walk back. Camera rolling. She yells after me. Don't be a grump. Come grab a mimosa. I don't answer. Upload the clip to a folder labeled HOA evidence. Pull feeds from the trail cams. Every angle crisp. Tent. Trash. Brenda twirling like she bought the place. Anger's gone cold. Storm cloud heavy. Miguel swings by with feed invoices. I show him the footage. He chuckles. They really think they own the dirt. They just did. I say. Next time I let them hang themselves. That night, I barely sleep. Brenda's grin behind my eyelids. Rose catching light like a trophy. Kids climbing my fence like jungle gym. By dawn the plan's built. Tighten every lock but the north gate. Leave it looped loose. Fill troughs by the picnic zone so bulls drift natural. They want authentic. They'll get it raw. Luis texts Tuesday. Brenda posted a collage. Folks posing on my tractor. Caption, thanks Farmer Hank for sharing the land again. Comments begging annual. I call Luis. Keep the boys east Saturday. Well fed, but restless. He pauses. Company. Unfortunately. I say. But I'm not pouring drinks. Friday night final checklist. Camera's hot. Gates locked except the one that matters. Bulls pacing muscle and thunder. Star sharp. Bull bellows far off. Primal echo. I murmur. Showtime tomorrow. Boys. Saturday heat slaps early. Fog burns off by 10. SUVs. Convertibles. Rented taco truck. Bounce house half inflated. I lean on the rail. Coffee steaming. Brenda arrives last. Megaphone blaring. Good morning, Ridgeview. Let's make today legendary. I smile, the kind that starts in the gut. 11:58, I walk calm to the north gate. Flip the latch. Step back. Metal creaks soft. Promise kept. Brenda spots me. Hank. Saved you a seat. I wave lazy. I'll stand. She frowns. What are you doing? Feeding my bulls. I call aloud for the cameras. They get cranky when strangers trespass. Her smirk slips. Crowd quiets. Bull's nostrils flare. I whistle low. 35 heads swivel. First trot. Then another. Ground trembles. Dust lifts like cannon smoke. Picnic tables rattle. Wine glasses tip. Screams erupt. Run. Chaos blooms. Brenda drops megaphone. Bolts. Dress whipping. Sandals slapping. Crowd scatters. Cooler shields. Bounce house collapses. Kid faceplants into fruit salad. Bulls circle loose. Snorting warnings. Not touching a soul. Just stating jurisdiction. Brenda pounds the gate. Chain loop tight. Open it. You lunatic. I lean on the post. Arms crossed. You said community meadow. Enjoy the neighbors. A bull huffs steam. Another paws dirt. Someone tries climbing fence. Slips. Lands with a grunt. I laugh deep. The kind that shakes loose years of grit. Pull the air horn. One blast. Herd slows. Drifts back calm. I unclip the chain. Swing wide. After you. Brenda stumbles through. Hat gone. Dress streaked. Mascara rivers. You could have killed us. I tilt my head. My bulls were just mingling. Read the sign next time. Point to fresh paint. Private property trespassers will be charged and chased. She glares. Speechless. Storms off. Steps in mud with a squelch that should be framed. Cleanup takes an hour. Shattered glass. Soggy tacos. Abandoned loafers. I bag it. Snap photos. Proof stacked high. Evening, I watch the replay. Cinematic gold. Bulls sweeping like a red tide. Brenda screaming. HOA royalty eating dirt. Louise texts. Group chat imploding. Resign calls. Someone leaked the clip. Local news by nightfall. Bulls of justice. Farmers herd sends HOA running. Sheriff rolls up Monday. Mustache like a push broom. Got a call you tried murder by livestock. I hand him the flash drive. Nature took its course. He grins. No crime in opening a gate. HOA board votes Brenda out by noon. Apology letter framed above my desk. Settlement check, 14 grand. New steel fence. Autogate. Sign updated. 35 bulls still live here. Brenda sells. Moves 2 counties over. Rumor says she lasted 3 weeks starting another board before they booted her again. Peace settles like dust after rain. New president Dan drops by with peach cobbler. We're rewriting bylaws. Less control. More neighbor. I laugh. Keep the picnics in your park. 0 bulls. Video hits 1 million views. Comments flood. Farmers. Vets. Suburban warriors sharing fence stories. One lady writes. My dad said you can't build walls high enough for arrogance. But you can sure make him regret the climb. Hits me square. Evenings I walk the north gate. Bulls doze. Shadows long. Light gilds the grass. I pick up a blade. Let it crumble. Balance feels better than revenge ever could. Brenda never understood quiet. Too busy trying to own it. Me. I just tin my fences. So tell me. You ever had somebody redraw your lines without asking? Ever stood your ground when the ground itself fought back? Drop your story below. Was I right? Was I wrong? Where's the line between property and community? Hit me with it. Because around here justice doesn't knock. It kicks the gate wide with 35 bulls behind it. Subscribe if you believe a man's dirt is his word. And we'll talk again when the next storm rolls in.